What's up guys, it's MamaDeadHead and I am back with part 2 of my Q&A. So like I said in some of my other videos, this might be like a 5-part series on my channel because I only want to go to about 20 minutes on each one, and there are so many questions now and some of them are really good and I can't just like immediately answer like yes, no, or like my favorite color type thing. So yeah, crazy. But thanks guys, I'm really excited. Just overall, I love these question videos. I just love them so much because I can tell that you guys like really want to know my point of view and like more about me and my life, and I am more than happy to share with you guys. And I believe that my last video got some really positive feedback, and I got some like DMs of people that have felt similar ways as me growing up, so it was just really nice. It was really delightful to talk with some like-minded people. But like I said, I want to keep these videos at about 20 minutes. I'm already at like 2 minutes, so let's go ahead and jump into this. So I want to start with a question that I see here a couple times, and I'll go ahead and put on the screen all the ones that I can find. My YouTube comment section is a little weird at the moment. Like, I've seen some questions and I go back and they're not there, and then I go back and they are, so might be more than one, might be only one on the screen. So let's go ahead and see all that I can see here so that I can at least read it. So here's one, and it says, Q&A, when did you become a Walking Dead fan, and which specific story arc or comic got you hooked? For me, it was when Beth went missing. Okay, I saw a similar question. Well, sorry guys. I saw a similar question. I thought it was like right here. Oh, here we go. How long have you been a Walking Dead fan? What was your favorite season and why? So I'm going to put like all of these in the same thing. So this is a pretty funny story, and this is why I wanted to answer this for you guys. I believe on my channel, like way back in one of my first live streams, I was like, oh yeah, I've totally been a Walking Dead fan for like day one. No, I think that I was just like really not comfortable with myself at that point, so I wanted to be like, yeah, totally, like gun-ho all for it type thing, and that's just not true. The truth is, and I've said this on a few live streams because I've had this question and I love it because I think that it's funny but not funny, kind of ironic. So I have never been into zombies. I love horror. It is my absolute favorite genre. I would pick it over anything. I'm not really into comedies. I'm like not really into like the mushy romantic movies. Like, I would rather watch like Halloween all day every day. That's just like my type of show, or like thrillers, that type of thing. But I've just never been a fan of zombies. I thought they were kind of cheesy, not realistic, and I was like, I'm not gonna watch this series that everyone is like on the bandwagon for, because that's also like not my type of thing. I'm very much like against the grain type of person. So when everyone is going this way, like, oh my gosh, we love Justin Bieber, like when I was in high school, we love Justin Bieber, we love One Direction, I'm like, I don't really like those things. And it's not like for the sake of like going against the grain, but it's just like it's not as appealing when everyone thinks the same way. So I'd rather choose to not be like everyone else and maybe be into something unique or different, just because like everyone being the same is so boring. It's literally so boring to like sit around and be like, oh yeah, I agree, yeah, I agree. It doesn't really add anything to like a friendship or a conversation when you just agree with everything and like everything is like 100% good. So like I said, never was going to watch The Walking Dead, never planned on it, didn't like zombies, didn't want to jump on this bandwagon because whenever I was hearing a lot about it was when I turned 18 and like left home and all that type of stuff, so just didn't want to. Now, how I started watching The Walking Dead, I believe it was 2014. I believe it was 2014. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong because I will say the episodes. We were in Japan at this point. We had moved to Japan. My husband was in the military, and it was Thanksgiving, I believe, of 2014. So obviously we were in Japan, and not everyone can afford to like fly in or have their family flown in or their family flies in. It's just a lot of money to like get your family over when you're like stationed overseas. So we had a lot of people from like that worked with my husband come over to our house, and the way that the house was set up was I was cooking dinner, I was doing everything in the kitchen, and they were all like gathered around the TV and like talking and stuff. So I could see, like, okay, from my point of view, like, you guys are the TV. So I was working, the sink was here. This way, it was like a little center island, which is where the oven and like the stove and all of that was, and the main preparation area. So directly through, I could see the TV because that's how it was set up. You walk in, kitchen right here, little hallway, living room, but it's all very big and open. So one person was like, have you seen The Walking Dead, to my husband? He was like, no, go ahead, turn it on. And they turned it on. I didn't know what it was. I had no clue what the show was. And the first thing that I see is this, like, and this is so funny that this is kind of what drew me in, and I say that I'm not into, like, romantic or anything like that. I was into the drama of Shane and Lori and Rick. That's what first got me, like, oh, I can't, let me watch through them, like, I'm cooking this turkey, oh, man, like, oh, let me, like, mix this macaroni, oh, man, like, oh, she's cheating on him, like, that type of thing. So that's what originally got me in. I mean, I've changed my mind. I don't think she was cheating or anything like that, but at the time I was like, oh my god, the drama. And yeah, I just thought it was like pulling me in. So I want to say that they were over for a while, and they probably got to like episode 4, and I was pretty into it. And then of course when like the night was over, I'm a night owl, so everyone went home, Tony went to sleep, and I was like, I'm gonna stay over, I'm gonna stay up and rewatch these episodes to see, you know, what I missed. And that got both me and my husband hooked on the show. We didn't have Athena, we were just married, I wasn't pregnant or anything like that. So then what happened was we binged everything that was on Netflix, because we were watching it from Netflix. We weren't watching it on like the cable that we had there. It's not exactly cable, it's weird. But anyway, at that point, we watched all 4 seasons, I believe, were out on Netflix. Yeah, it was 4 seasons, because I definitely remember Herschel's death for sure. The only thing that was spoiled for me was Beth's death, and it was because I followed The Walking Dead Facebook. I didn't have any other like social media account. I was just following them, and I got the notification that they posted, and it was Daryl holding Beth, and like all the comments were like, "Gee, spoiler! Like it's not even out in my country yet." So I saw that with everyone else, and I want to say that I was at about like season 3-ish. I knew of Beth, so maybe 4, I'm not sure when she was introduced, so I just kind of steered clear of her character because I knew that she was gonna die. But it didn't really affect me too much because that's not really the type of character that I like. So we got to 5, which I believe she dies in the mid-season finale of 5, and obviously 5 was not on Netflix, so we bought everything on Google Play like up until that point so that we could see everything. So at that point, we bought all the episodes, we watched them all, and there was still like, I want to say like a month or 2 break until the next episode. And so I went out and I got every single form of Walking Dead I could, every Facebook group, every comic that was out at that point in time, everything, like everything about The Walking Dead I was crazy about, and I wanted to read and watch, and like everything that was out, I was watching all of it. Any like Talking Deads or behind the scenes or whatever was out at that point in time, I was watching. So I was obsessed with Tyrese. I was absolutely 100% obsessed with Tyrese. I adored this character. This was the character. This was my character. And this character had deviated a lot from the comic series, and I still just absolutely adored this character. And wouldn't you know, what is the first episode that I see on live TV? What happened and what's going on? Tyrese's death in the mid-season premiere of season 5. So yeah, that's when I started watching. I just think it's kind of funny that you guys know that I love Tyrese. He's literally in my profile picture on like everything. And first episode I actually see live of this show, and it's my favorite character's death. So what was your favorite season and why? That's difficult because there are a few I really like. I actually really like this current season that's happening. This definitely has the potential to become my favorite. But I would say like 4 or 5 because those were like kind of jumbled after the prison and like getting everyone back together, and it was very like this episode is about these characters, this episode is about these characters, and it was kind of separated. And I liked that format because I got to know more about the characters and more of their backstories. So a 4 or 5, just because there were a lot of characters also that I really liked then. Like there was a lot of characters versus like, I feel like it's more like close-knit now. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but when you don't like some of the characters that are mains, I'd rather have like more opportunity of liking more characters, so yeah. So now I'm just going to go with some random questions that I know are older, that I have not answered already, and that are not gaming. Because I see a decent bit of gaming. So Robert Bartley says, if you could change one event in The Walking Dead canon, what would it be? And I said, question, what do you mean? Is it like one thing in the show that I would change to make it more like the comic or what? And he said, I mean like stopping a certain event from happening, like Sophia running away into the woods and dying. And I said, okay. So the first thing that popped into my head, which when Robert Bartley said, one thing you could change about The Walking Dead, and I thought to make it canon, I was like, take out Daryl. But to change one event, and that is so difficult because I think that certain events have led to like better things, if that makes sense. But I will say a couple just for the question's sake that I think would be interesting. Carl dying, if I could stop him from being bitten, I think that would be a good one. A part of me just wants to be like that the Daryl hater in me is coming out and saying that like when he was like laying in the woods and like Merle saved him, if he would have just died then, I feel like a lot of other characters would have gotten really good bits of story that he's like taken from other characters. Like they get their story back essentially. So I think that would be pretty cool. Those are like the major things that I can think of, and I know that there are like more, but at the same time I feel that they change characters for the better. Like Herschel's death, I feel like that had a ripple effect that like changed people overall for the better, and like, you know, like his spirit being with them and that type of thing. Just like Shiva, I think that maybe her death served a purpose with King Ezekiel, that maybe that's what changed him to be more grounded. Oh my goodness. I mean, Sophia running away and getting into the woods and dying, maybe so, just because then I wouldn't hate Carol as a character, which is a story in itself if you guys want to hear why I don't like her character. I'm already going to do a video on why I don't like Daryl, so I can do one on why I don't like her, which is like a super petty mom reason, but you know. But yeah, I think that like Carl dying would probably be a main one because I don't see that serving a purpose now that Rick is gone. So I can deal with Rick being gone if Carl would have like filled in his shoes. So, alright, next question. I'm going to make this one a family question. I'm going to do a couple family ones because I had a couple family, actually had quite a bit of family questions. So here is one from Jessica Riolano. I'm so sorry if I said that wrong. I'm putting their comment up. Do you plan on having another child? What does your husband do for a living, and do you support it? So, do you plan on having another child? Do I plan on growing another child in my stomach? No. But do I want more children? Yes, we plan on adopting. Pregnancy was not for me, and I never really wanted to get pregnant anyway. So there's just so many kids that don't have a home, that deserve love, that just don't have that. And I want to give that to a kid. And whenever we get our new house, that's hopefully one of the first things that we're going to do when we're settled in is start the process of fostering and adopting. And I'm really excited for it. What does my husband do for a living? He is I don't know how to put it. He works on doors, like commercial doors, garage doors, not like residential type stuff. He can do that, but mostly like commercial doors, like even in like fire stations and places like that, emergency doors, stuff like that. I think it's pretty cool. And do I support it? I would support anything that he wanted to do. When he was in the military, I would move anywhere for him. I became a stay-at-home mom. Athena's just now starting to take some like daycare things, and I mean, he supported me in whatever I wanted to do. And when I was like, I want to do YouTube, he was like, go for it. That sounds awesome. So if he supports me, it's only right that I support him. So it's a mutual, like, no matter what we do. Because a lot of people, I knew people that moved to Japan and their like husband or wife wouldn't go with them, which I just thought was crazy in my head. But like, heck yeah, I'd pick up and move anywhere and do anything. If he decided like, hey, I want to go work on planes again and I want to move to Wyoming, I'd be like, let me pack my bags and go with you. So yeah, of course, anything that he does that he's passionate about, that he likes, 100%. Here's another one. Were you considering giving Athena a different name besides Were you considering giving Athena a different name besides her current one? If so, what name names were you considering? Great question. I love the family questions. So yes and no, because I had quite a few names in mind, but me and Tony could like not agree on a name. So I guess like to make it a short answer, Athena was always going to be Athena because that was the only name we could agree on. Yes, I tried to get it to be Michonne. I even tried to get the middle name to be Michonne. He said no. Yeah, I tried, but not happening. It was always going to be Athena. The middle name is his niece's middle name. So we chose that because of his niece. We love his niece so much. But yeah, we did have a couple different middle names. We were considering Michelle, and I can't remember the other ones we were considering, but we were considering like 2 other middle names. But yeah, Athena Delana Larch is her name. And I guess it was just always going to be Athena. So we really did not agree on anything else. Really anything else at all. So Lulu Reacts. Love her. She's so great. She said, what are your favorite characters from The Walking Dead and your least favorite characters, plus who are your favorite on Fear and least favorite? And I said in the history of both shows or currently alive, and she said in the history of both shows. So I think that I'm going to go with the easy one first, and that's Fear. And Strand has always been my favorite. It was like Daniel until Strand came into the picture, but overall, Strand, 100%, all day, every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, Strand. My least favorite character is Charlie. I still hate Charlie. I hate Charlie so much. Oh my god, it just, I realize she's a kid, but it's also like, you took a life. Like, that just doesn't, you can't just be like, I feel bad, and like, they come back to life. Charlie. So Charlie is least favorite, Strand as favorite. And I heard that Daniel, or the actor that plays Daniel, is coming back this season. I don't know in what capacity, but ooh, I'm excited because I really do like Daniel too. So what is my favorite character from The Walking Dead and my least favorite character? I can just start with my least favorite, and that's Daryl. I I can say a little bit of why here, but I'll save like the big discussion and ranting for my why I don't like Daryl video. I just think that he's like bland. He has the same cycle for a lot of stuff that just happens. It's like, let me be crazy irrational. What do you mean that doesn't work? And then something bad happens and it's like, oh no, pity party, everyone feels sorry for me, but I'm not going to take responsibility because guess what? Next irrational thing, wait, that didn't work? Oh no, like, it's just annoying. And I understand that, like, the character has some, like, deep issues that go way back, but I've also dealt with similar things, and it's like, at some point, you have to decide that that does not rule your life anymore, and you need to, like, move past it. You don't have to forget it, you just have to move past it to be a better person. So, that's one reason why I don't like him. But there's more. Who's my favorite character? That's so hard. It's so hard because I love Morgan. And I don't know where you would put him in this, like, overall, because he's been in both. So I could say Morgan for both, but I adore Morgan so much. But I also really love King Ezekiel, and of course I love Tyrese. So it's so hard for me to pick between, like, these three characters. I love them so much, but I don't know. I might go with Tyrese, but just know that I really love all of the three that I said. I love way more than that, but like those three, I really love those. So I'm gonna do two more. Let's see. Okay, here's one that's funny and one that's like a deeper question. So, are you subscribed to PewDiePie? Yes, I am. Mr. Beast is from North Carolina, just FYI, and I'm from North Carolina, so it's like as soon as I was on YouTube, he was popped in my recommended, I guess, region-wise, because I don't know what other channel that I watched that is even remotely similar to his, but yeah, I've subscribed to PewDiePie, trust me. So then the next one is, could Daryl ever redeem himself for you? If yes, what would he have to do? Okay, that's gonna be all. I'm gonna close my laptop here. Could Daryl ever redeem himself? I don't think that this is fair. And I'll tell you why I don't think this is fair. Because for me to like Daryl, I don't really think I can name like one super positive thing about Daryl. So he would literally have to change everything about this character, which just isn't fair. There's so many people that do like this character. He would, like, please shower. Don't make irrational, terrible decisions, which is, like, massive. That would massively change him. But it's also, like, it's just kind of like Negan for some people. Negan bashed Abraham and Glenn's head in with a baseball bat. But I don't see a lot of people being like, oh, come on, he spent so much time in jail, like, can't he redeem himself? I don't see a lot of people going on reactors videos and being like, oh, come on, Negan, blah, 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 blah. Because Negan's done some bad things. In my mind, Daryl's done some bad things. So why do so many people want me to like him? It's just, I don't think it's ever gonna happen, ever. He would literally have to change everything. And if he changed everything about himself, what does that say for the character? What does that say for all the people that liked him? It's just not fair. It's not fair for everyone. I think it's just easier for me to be like, I don't like this character, and just move past it, I guess. But people just think it's so crazy that I don't like him. I don't understand. But okay, that's going to be all for this portion of the Q&A. There are so many more questions. I promise I will get to everyone's that I can see, because I've been having some trouble with my comments. But thank you guys so much for watching. And like I always say, think positive thoughts and send positive vibes. Bye guys.